Tables of Early Childhood Education Alliance. Welcome to your placement. Credit transfer, prior learning assessment, um, placement course, prerequisites, essential requirements for practicum, placement accommodation for students with disability, recommendation for teaching practice, placement settings, listen to children, child care agencies, school board placement, conflict of interest, dual relationships at workplace against agencies, age group scheduling, supervision requirements, policies, governing entrance to ECE placement, eligibility criteria for ineligibility or removal from placement, steps to step up placement. Okay. Placement start date, paperwork submission due date, document requirement checklist, training module, immunization. Fall 2025, teaching practice from TPF winter 2026, teaching placement form TPF summary 2026, teaching placement form TPF. Welcome to the field. Welcome to the field placement component of ECE program. During level 2, students must successfully complete 105 hours of practicum in child care agency provided by the ECE faculty. The purpose of the first year placement is to observe young children play and develop and learn all the health and safety policies and procedures required in a licensed early learning setting. It, it is a nice opportunity to observe and get your feet wet in a safe and encouraging learning environment. During level 3 and 4, students must successfully complete 4 placements, to totaling 525 hours of practicum with a variety of age groups in different early childhood settings approved by ECE faculty. We break or level 3 and 4 placement into separate practicums to accommodate or part-time students and their unique schedules. In these semesters, educators are required to focus on the whole program to demonstrate increasing confidence and competence in supervising children, supporting their behavior, demonstrating increasing confidence and competence in supervising children, supporting their behaviors through social and emotional connection. At the same time, level 3 and 4 students are expected to plan and present an ever increasing number of learning experiences to stimulate growth and learning. However, the planned curriculum is only a portion of the participation required for success at a placement. Students must also demonstrate their ability to integrate themselves fully into the daily/weekly routine of the childcare setting. Mm-hmm. Credit transfers. If you have practicum placement credit in ECE or other fields within the last 5 years that you wish to have considered for credit transfer, please request information for the college pathways advisors at pathway. You can also visit credit transfer website. Prior learning assessments and recognition. If you have recent extensive ECE work and experience within a licensed childcare setting, and wish to have it considered for prior learning assessment and recognition, please request information from the program coordinator. All PLA our applications and payments are due before the semester begins. Please note, Final 2 placements, Case 2002 12A, Case 2003 12B, are not eligible for PLA placement learning assessment recognition. All students must complete these placements. Case 1000 will for 105 hours in person field placement experience plus 28 hours of online semester classes. Case 2000, Case 2001, and Case 2002 teaching practice, 126 hours of in-person field placement experience each plus 14 hours of online semester class each. Next is case 2003 12B teaching practice 3. 147 hours of in-person field placement experience plus 14 hours of online semester classes. Okay. Placement course prerequisites. The following course prerequisites must successfully complete before starting following placements. Case 1104. Prerequisite E. Earl Forge. To 104 10 to the. Okay. Essential requirements for practicum. ECE placement is physically demanding. It involves following a task, carrying and lifting children and objects, standing and or walking for long periods of time, responding quickly to emergency situations which involve assisting with first aid and slash or CPR and EpiPen, physically intervening when children are aggressive with material or other children, monitoring the children's safety, nutrition, health, and general well-being at all times, frequent cleaning or sanitation task, communication, both written and verbal, with children, parents, colleagues, and community members. Placement accommodations for students with disabilities. This policy states that the college supports the principle of reasonable accommodation and makes all reasonable efforts to meet the disability related placement needs of students. If you feel this policy applies to you, you are encouraged to contact Accessibility Service through Student Wellness and Accessibility. Bro, I'm not like that. SWA, services through students. Okay. Please also refer to St. Lawrence College Academic Accommodation for Students with Disabilities. Recommendation for teaching practice. All students must be recommended for each placement by EC faculty team. The criteria for recommendation includes meeting all the pre-placement requirements by the semester-specific due date, teaching specific form immunization, first aid slash CPR, CPIC, plus VSS, 5 online training certificates. Academic performance prerequisite courses, participating conduct in class, participation conduct in semester, students' behavior, attitude and professionalism, effective communication, both oral and written, early childhood online, etc. Students. Agreement to email, etc. Following practicum policies adhere to College of Early Childhood Educators policy statements regarding practicums. All students and placement in the EC program must abide by these policies. To view CEC thing later. Policy statements. To be a part must acquire direct experience in practicing profession. To practical purposes, etc. Purpose. Yeah. Placement must be completed in provincially licensed centers. Licensed centers for your area can be found in Ministry of Education website. There's 5 placements in ECE program. Each placement needs to be completed in different ways. Learning facility, 5 different agencies, and so on. Umbrella sites, satellites, sets, considered the same. Students may complete one placement within a unique philosophy. Montessori Waldorf. For example, a student may do one Montessori placement, not all. Students must have a their mentor who is registered member of the College of Early Childhood Educators in Ontario and in good standing. School board placement. Any student who wishes to complete the placement within a kindergarten classroom must consider the following. Contact should be made with ECE pre-placement planning coordinator for school board and specific procedures at least 3 months in advance. Do not set up a school board placement without first speaking to the pre-placement planning coordinator. Have a backup plan. Depending on the school board, there may be procedures to follow that are time sensitive and require further approval. Some school boards will not sign a workplace agreement with the college and therefore are ineligible to accept our student for placement. They must be verified. So first go to your pre placement or coordinator. and, okay. Students are applying in the school board placement during winter or spring semester. They will need to ensure that they can complete the required hours in a shortened timeline. There are many holidays that fall during the second start date of the winter, March break, Easter, PE days, that will prevent students from attending placement. Also, for the first start date of summer semester, there's only a short window of time to complete the placement before school usually ends, usually 3 to 4 weeks. These short timelines can make it difficult to complete the required hours, so make sure to take these holidays/school closures into account. Okay. A conflict of interest, dual relationships at workplace agencies, the Child Care and Early Years Act (CCEYA) recently made revisions to their requirement for post-secondary placements. Therefore, students who are already working in licensed child care may complete the first placement, a case 104, as paid placement where they work. However, the ECE stipulates the following requirements. Students must be moved to different classrooms than the one they normally work in to avoid as much conflict of interest as possible. Second, students must be in direct supervision of an RECE. Third, students must identify this affirmation on their teaching practice form. Faculty/staff will confirm requirements with agency. Early childhood education online. All other placements cannot have any conflict of interest or affiliation. Students are required to complete level 3 and 4 placements in centers where they are not employed. A satellite site of your employment center is an umbrella agency and therefore is not available as placement options from or ECE student manual. A conflict of interest includes any situation by which you would stand to gain either personally or professionally. Because of the nature of the conflict of interest, students will not be assigned a teaching practice where they currently or previously have worked, or volunteered, or where family members worked or attended the site as clients, i.e., your own children, your partner, child, nieces, nephews. No exceptions will be made to this requirement. This is also a requirement of the College of Early Childhood Educators. Students may not be paid for the center or receive any form of reimbursement for placement hours, nor can a student be included in center ratios. Exception case 1000 age group, case 1000 displacement is not age specific and does not count towards the age requirement for level 3 and 4 placement. We do suggest that you complete the placement in a preschool room, as there are higher numbers of preschool programs available whichever age group you complete. Case 1000, you will need to repeat in one of the subsequent placements in semesters 3 or 4. Case 2000, 2001, 2002, or 2003. These are all the levels 3 and 4 placement courses. Each of the following age groups must be completed: infant 0 to 18, toddler 18 months to 2.5 years, preschool 2.5 to 6 years, school age before and after school program, or kindergarten 4 to 12 years. Things to consider requiring the age, regarding the age requirement. If a placement with a particular age group is unavailable in your area, contact your facility advisor immediately. Age groups can be completed in order, i.e., not necessarily to start chronologically with infants. Infants and toddlers can be more difficult to arrange because there is fewer availability. Additionally, during the fall and winter, in-class ECE students in your area will also be on placement. Please plan ahead. A kindergarten placement may be able to your school age requirement, whichever is needed to complete the necessary age requirement listed above. School age placements are typically completed in before and after school program. You must have an RECE as your mentor. Scheduling a typical day should include 7 to 8 hours of contact with children, maximum 8 hours plus breaks. Ayo, breaks. What? There, we don't get any breaks? I'm reading here that you get breaks. 7 hours and no breaks. Are we serious? There's no way. Bruh. That isn't. Well, imagine if you got me. Bruh, that gotta be. No, she gotta be messing with you. I'll check my Outlook right now. There's no way. There's no way. 7 hours and no breaks? I'll check my Outlook real quick. There's no way. Oh, God. I guess if y'all really want fast, they say we have it fast. Uh, $7 slash day breaks not include. Oh no, breaks not included, buddy. So that just mean you get 7 hours at placement, but there might be breaks, but the breaks are not included in hours, accumulated hours for me. Okay, if you need 146 hours, it required time at a placement, right? Um, and if you were to include all your time breaks and you go down to 120 hours, they're not going to take you 146 hours that included breaks that you've taken. They're going to include all that pure time you've worked, so it'll just be 120 hours. So breaks are there, they just don't count. Supervisor availability break. If you're in the navigating platform, dude, I think this from what I've checked in our laws into laws here. I think I saw placements are always like good or better.
what's your name again, Marisha?
Yeah.
She's someone super nice. She like super nice, bro. I said supervisor. She's someone super nice. Then the environment probably super nice. And then they call the other DSPR. I never got to supervisor, but me got to an employee.
Mhm.
And me no know, them probably tired or some shit. But when me just ask back for junior, yo, me did kind of get so nervous because at one point she um, who are you? I like, like very more defensive. I'm like, yeah, man, and I get shit. I get shit also. Me just
Uh,
yeah, but me just like, oh, have a good day. Bye. Mm, yeah,
I s- oh, ET.
yeah. But at first man, it commute long, but it that go be really nice. Me look on Google Maps inside, it look really nice. Big windows, like big space. It look like I know like the other schools where we go and I literally in a some daycare so small they're in a apartment. I mean yeah convenient because apartment block need one daycare
Yeah.
obviously. But I like imagine you know what it is? Imagine this a big apartment block and this one daycare, just this one and I just corner. I'm like, bruh, well, that's sucker kids, man. That, but then said, no, uh, students. One of them said and take students from established, more established and prominent college, cool. More hip colleges. Not us. Not for us. Never mind. The minimum said academic integrity and then all the then always the I have to chat GPT like every assignment and like oh don't use chat GPT don't all that stuff. But if I tell you the first 3 experiment is you giving them one complete AI photo, you're just like me not relax, but me like